Hello everybody, and welcome to another little video for Matt's Railway Adventures. This one's more of a little chatty one just to wrap up the adventures from the West Somerset Railway. Just go over a few little bits, rank this, how personally I would rank the stations, like my least favourite to my favourite, stuff like that. Yes. After 3 visits, I've managed to get all 10 in. Next thing's next I sort of go through Norton to do that, but I'm not classing that as urgent. So yes, 10 videos, 10 stations over 3 visits. In some ways, no, it would have been better if I'd got one of those annual memberships. That it might be a little bit cheaper. If I was to do this again, I would. You can get them, I think about 130 quid for a year. So if you go do it a number of times, it's good. I've spent over half that on 3 visits. But hey, it is what it is. So, ranking the stations I've on the line from my least favourite to my favourite. Coming in number 10 is Washford. It's one of those, something had to come last, and unfortunately it is Washford for me. It wasn't one I was particularly fond of. It's been nothing of nothing really. Back in the day it might have been alright, but given the proximity to the A39, it just spoilt a little bit of the heritage for me. The only good thing is it's only like a 5-minute walk to Cleve Abbey, so if you like history, then you've got Cleve Abbey as well as you can visit. But it's still worth a visit. There's still a little bit of history there. It's still got the period features, so yeah, it's still worth it. Number 9 for me is regrettably Willesden. It's slightly better than Washford. You've got the diesel stuff there to work on and everything, which that's nice to see. I got a little bit like they got a historic bridge and whatnot, but still is much of a muchness. It's not the best still. Number 8 is for me Dunster. It's not really much to see at Dunster. There's a little bit of history, and it's nice to be able to see 2 level crossings either end. And what has going for Dunster is that you can walk to Dunster Castle and the village from there, even though it is exactly in the village. But as per the couple before, otherwise than that, it's not much to see. So there are definitely better ones on the line. There are worse ones, but it is what it is. Number 7 for me is Doniford, the request stop. And you might be wondering why I'm putting Doniford in above things like Dunster and Willesden and Washford, because those are like stations which are like train stop consistently. Doniford is a request stop, so what was that Doniford is what I would have expected. A little waiting shelter, not a lot else. What helps it there is the views, and within a few minutes you're at the beach. And that's one of the main reasons for that station. Plus, what bumps it up for me is the fact that it is a request stop on a heritage line. So that will bump it up a little bit. Number 6 is Blue Anchor. That was a tricky one to place. And it had to go somewhere. Positives for it, again, proximity to the seafront. It's not that far from it there. Which means you can see a small disagreement pillbox on the beach. And there's also a good, nice cafe a few minutes walk from there. Plus you can get basic refreshments on there as well. So that's definitely one of the better, nicer ones. But definitely worth a visit. Number 5 on my list is, unfortunately, Bishop's Lydeard. And there's nothing wrong with it, but it's one of those where, because it's the terminus for the line, it's always a little bit of a tourist trap, and a heritage line to me shouldn't be like that. But there's plenty to see and do here. You've got the museums and everything, so if you get back in time, there's plenty to see and do. Nice gift shop and everything. So yeah, plus you can see the trains turning around here and whatnot. Number 4 is one that when I did it, I was looking forward to doing, and that was Watch It Station, the original terminus when the line just went from Taunton to Watch It before it got extended. He's missing some taking fluids. So where was I? And still got plenty of period features, and again a few minutes walk and you're at the harbour. And if you watch it on the right day, you may wind up in the market, which is a nice little wander around as I have, which I got there. So it was worth that. And watching at whole is just generally a nice place. There's 3 museums to see as well. There's plenty to see and do to keep you busy if you've got a couple of hours there. Number 3 on the list is Minehead, the other end of the line, which was where it basically got extended up to when there was a National British Rail one, and one of the first stations to reopen back in the late 70s. Again, same with Bishop's Lydeard, it's a little bit of a tourist trap. You know, go to the gift shops, stuff like that, and plenty to see and do. What puts Minehead above Bishop's Lydeard is the proximity to things like the seafront, the town centre, amusement, stuff like that. So that's what puts that above Bishop's Lydeard. They're both, Minehead's definitely worth a visit as well. Not just for that, but just as a place in general. Number 2 on the list, Crocombe Heathfield. That was the first video I did on the second trip, and that was a station that I'm glad I did get to visit. It's a nice one. It is the highest station on the line. Scenery is pretty amazing. There's plenty of history to see in there. And it's just a general nice station. Well worth a visit. Which means personally, my favourite station on the line, coming in at number 1, is Stigumber. And that is just, it's got, for a heritage station, it's got everything I'd be looking for. It's got the history, it's got views, it's got like a tea garden, which anything like something like that is perfect. It's getting a little waiting shelter on the opposite side where the tea garden has got like a little model railway thing of how the station will have looked back in the day. Got the history in the way of the castle pens as well, with a story there. And it's just, I cannot fault Stigumber Station. This is why it comes up as my number 1. So, anything else? It's definitely worth doing. If you get down here when the timetable's on the yellow, and you know it can work it is possible to do all stations minus Donniford in one day. But you've got to start from, I think it's Washford. We'd have to study timetables and work it all out. I did get told it, but I can't remember it. But otherwise, yeah, it is a nice day. Either you just ride it, spend a couple of hours in Minehead and ride back, or if you do as I've done and station hop, do your research, see and then sort of know, oh yeah, I want to see that one, I want to see that one, I have not to see that one. You can do that, and if you want to do that, then an all-day Ranger is the best way to go, and is to me reasonable good value, because it's all run by volunteers, so it takes time and effort to get it all looking nice and tidy. So yeah, come and visit the West Somerset Railway. I am going to sign off here. I've done my little review. Gonna drink me drink, put my bag in the car, and I'll probably go and have a proper look around the museum. So I will talk to everybody very soon. Bye.